presentation.
He's so good. So quick. I think we should just
Oh, today?
Yeah,
How'd you get those? What?
Hey, this is a smart brush. I can make one of these with $100.
It's a smart board with the LCD monitor.
Oh, LCD monitor. Smart board part.
Alright. Thank you. Not a problem.
What's the name of your guys' team?
Falcon Robotics. Carl Hayden High School in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
FRC.
FRC?
You guys go first robotics.
Yes, did y'all?
My school had a team. I was on it for, I was technically on it, but it wasn't just
Okay.
Wasting money. He's
So the kids' room is the one.
just trying to make an insanely high-performing server. So he's a programmer.
Yeah.
As was I for a while, but
That's cool.
he's been doing it for a long time. They're also the top of the line CPUs. Unless you want energy efficiency, in which case, unless you're going all the way down to the atom level, and AMD actually has this advantage. But in terms of sheer power, Intel's the way to go.
It's good thing they got sponsored. We sponsored by them.
Yeah. I'm building a computing cluster.
corner here. Let's pick a corner over here. Okay, so you can stand that up. Won't be burning anything today with the sun out there.
That's the actual fry bread.
That's really fried bread.
It's
You wouldn't want to eat it.
a
It's
week
about a
old.
week old.
So it wouldn't taste good, but it still is.
But it is fried bread.
So is that like the cooking show where they, at the end, they say, oh, and here's the finished product?
Yeah, exactly. It's been here since yesterday. Doesn't it look lovely? So,
Do you need a chair, Paul?
no, I'll be fine. I'm just going to sit on the floor. So,
You guys want to give me a quick sort of tour of the object itself?
all right. I'll have to set it up for him. Set it like it was in sun. Here, we can actually bring it over this way. And set it up so that you have light on it, and that will give you. Alright, so you should be able to get your, it's a very diffuse light, but there it is.
Too many
Um,
clouds.
Can I get one of the kids to just sort of point out the different pieces, how it works here? Who wants to jump in? How about you, Celeste?
What we designed here is just a pretty much stand so we can adjust it like this. And this is actually a Fresnel lens. What it does is it captures all the light into one main spot and it pushes it in and it puts heat into here. But this isn't our finalized product. What we're thinking of, we're having something like this, but we'll have a reflective mirror on bottom. So instead of shooting it from the top, it will reflect off the mirror and it'll come up from the bottom. So it'll be kind of like a oven. And you can like fry foods, you can make steak or anything, pretty much anything on it. What you can't make on it, so it's kind of not like a crock pot, I guess.
But you could do crock-pot stuff
Yeah.
if you want to.
Yeah.
It'll still work for oven and crock pot and stuff, but it's specifically designed so that you can do the other, because most solar ovens can't fry anything.
Tell them why we have the roaster on the bottom.
It's our windbreak.
Yeah.
So what is that? Can you point to it? Show me how
Oh,
it
this
works.
one?
Yeah.
It keeps the wind from coming in because when the wind comes, it takes out some of the heat's energy.
And it also allows it to be off the ground because if this pan was on cement, the cement would immediately suck all the heat out of it and you wouldn't be able to heat it.
So who makes fry bread the regular way now? Any of you cook at home?
We need the fry bread dough for the other time when we do that.
Yeah? So what's it, will this be an improvement for the cook, is my question? Is it easier to make fry bread this way, or is it more fun, or is it less work, or is it less messy, or is it pretty much the same?
I think it's more fun doing it this way because it's interesting that what you can either use than just propane. And people from our other neighborhoods are like, "What's that?" You know, they're more excited and
Yeah.
stuff instead of just putting it on the stove and waiting.
If nothing else, the fun value is a great improvement.
And you're cooking pretty much the same way, so it's not really like you have to change how you cook to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the key element of their design, was it had to be usable by someone without changing their method. Because if you're asking someone, to adopt a new technology, a typical elder, who's been
Yeah.
cooking fry bread on propane for 50 years is not going to just change, especially if it means you have to cook longer or anything like that. So Celeste and William were the ones that came up with the idea of the mirror so the heat was on the bottom of the pan and there was no, which with that design, it actually will be no different than using a propane burner. It's putting it out about 700 degrees on the bottom of the pan, so.
Weird, because have you ever seen yourself in 3D? I've seen myself in 3D. It's pretty crazy. I have big nose.
Yeah. I'd be scared to see myself in 3D. I don't want to.
Why have you glued small quirky things? Are these going to be releasing compressed air?
Yes.
So you're just
Well,
trying to
those are all
demonstrate that?
compressors. Yeah, this is all pneumatic and it has
Oh, I see.
no, the compressor's over there.
It's
We
over
have
there.
it.
So you're doing this to
external
just
compressor.
that's good because if not, they'd have to put their hands up to it, which is fine.
That was
but
the big
it's
actually-
problem in our robotics
This'll-
competition.
This'll move. It's enough to move it. So I mean, the air jets are enough to move this. And this is pretty much a concept of using an ROV, which is very common in underwater, right? Using it in space to do some reconnaissance or complete small task
So
outside
in
of
space, you would need to actually have the tank on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be a nitrogen 3,000 psi tank, kind of like in scuba, but instead of compressed air, it'll be nitrogen because it has a low. It won't explode. Air would explode in a tank like that. It would just expand. So it would do that.
Yeah.
And that's what they use.
There are some.
MMUs and safers use that.
If you use helium, you can go up to 6,000 psi.
But
helium's lighter.
It's harder to.
If you're using this, you need a reaction mass. That's why in some
Yeah.
of them they even use xenon and things like that because it's already that heavy. Because that's what you deal with in space.
Can you
reaction
take
masses.
anything else up to 6,000 psi?
well,
I mean,
we're
if
not
the tank
really-
is capable
we're not really
of it.
worried about that because
You don't need the
we did a lot of research and that's what they use. MMUs and safers use compressed nitrogen for that reason. I mean, the industry has already been through testing. We're just plugging it into this and going with it.
That's a good way to approach it.
Well, we have like.
And right now, this is just a phase A prototype. This is something that we built in like less than a week and stuff. So it's not that.
It still looks pretty professional.
Yeah, well,
Obviously, they've done it before.
we do robots, so
I
it's
know.
not a big task for us. I think the programming was a little harder than the actual building of it. Well, it was a simple programming. It got deleted. So we had to
That's an
redo it.
issue.
Yeah. That's what
All
we
didn't delete it, just was working 2 minutes before we tried to get it stopped working.